How the fuck are ya, you horny beavers? Galactic Criminal here. And it's the first video back from my Canada Day weekend extravaganza! I'm just kidding, just bought a bunch of fucking beer, closed my door, and didn't do fuck all for 3 days. It was fantastic. But now, coming off of Canada Day, what better to do than check out a Canadian metal band? These guys, Unleash the Archers, are a group of whom I discovered around like 2012 or something like that. I think I heard their song City of Iron on fucking satellite radio. Decided to get that album. There was some good stuff on there, some stuff I wasn't particularly a fan of, but I still listen to some of those tracks to this day. Then 2015 came around, they dropped their track Tonight We Ride. I remember seeing that music video, it was fucking fantastic. Never bothered getting into that album though, and after I started my fucking channel, people are asking me, check out Tonight We Ride. I'm like, I've already seen the video, I don't want to do it. And then find out that they've got another album coming out, so I checked out their track Cleanse the Bloodlines, going into it expecting something like Tonight We Ride, only I was a little underwhelmed. I mean, it wasn't a bad song, it just wasn't up to the intensity level that I was really hoping it was going to be, so I sort of just kind of passed on that album. But now I come to find out that about 2 months after Cleanse the Bloodlines was released, they put out another video for another song from the same album saying, why not give them another fucking shot a year later? Unleash the Archers, Awakening with 1, 2. Yeah! Okay. That's more like it, man! Nice!
To know 1,000 years or more have passed.
man! Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, why didn't they release that one first? Oh, fuck me, man. Like I said, dude, this is way more fucking like it. When I checked out their track, Cleanse the Bloodlines, I was, like I said, I was going into it expecting just that epic scale fucking power, speed, fucking metal with the falsetto on top of it. And it got a little bit more of a tepid sort of ballad type deal, man. It's like I was a little bit disappointed, and I never really delved in any deeper into that album. But if they had released this fucking track, this was the one that I reacted to last year, I most definitely at least would have dug in a little bit deeper to this album, if not the previous one with that Tonight We Ride track on it. And fuck, now dude, after listening to this track, my most recent reference to this group being the other album of theirs that I had, it's called Demons of the Astro Waste from 2011. Just like the difference in this group from back then until now. Incredible. I do, however, have to get, I guess, maybe one negative out of the way for this video in and of itself, is that like the 30 almost plus seconds of the build up to this thing was a little bit too much for me, honestly, for a song that's as long as it is. If there had been like some sort of melodic soloing riffing or something like that as an intro leading into it, I would have understood. But like just that tension building that they were doing there, well, I wasn't necessarily a big fan of. It didn't fucking ruin the shit for me. I was like, okay, let's go already. I wanna hear this shit. And I get that's really sort of, I guess, the intention, at least for the video itself, but yeah, just a little bit too long. But other than that, dude, I have absolutely no complaints. I've said it before fucking 100 times. I can say it again. Fucking like speed metal, power metal, and like thrash. If it's done well, It's awesome. Almost every single time. If it's a bad band, then it's probably gonna be a bad song. And I haven't heard very many of those. And like, yeah, speed metal, dude, you do it fast, you do it cool, it's always gonna be fun. But then the ambient noise breaks and the fucking drums kick in, and then there's this like back and forth battle between the drums, the guitar, and the drums and the bass, and they all combine together and just kick it off into goddamn hyper speed, man. I like it. I honestly kind of feel if they had started this video with like 5 or 6 seconds of that ambient sound and kind of shifting between members and the video or whatever, and then jumped right into that drum section where they built it up from there, I feel like that would have been, for me at least, anticipation enough for when they kicked into the speed. But then after like a nice, meaty, chunky rhythm section with some cool riffing on top of it, they break out the intro to the vocals with a fucking like 10 goddamn second falsetto, man. You couldn't have sold me any harder on this track. But then again, it is speed metal, so it does sort of fall into the formula of that. And that's not a fucking complaint, dude. Like I said, if it's done well, it's always enjoyable, dude. A fucking awesome rhythm to this thing, the vocals, solid as fuck, dude. That's what really kind of sold me on this band to begin with when I first heard them on that City of Iron track. It's fucking incredible. So yeah, kind of like changing up the pacing here and there was pretty interesting. They didn't just keep it like double kick the entire time. It was for the most of the track, but they did kind of slow it down in certain sections, so I absolutely appreciate that. Very, very melodic, and like I said, like in the riffing, in the progressions, dude, obviously in the vocals, and then the solos, dude. there was some fucking solid solos here, man. But like my favorite one, like in the latter third, when the screen kind of cuts between the two guitarists, sort of like harmonizing that shit, dude. Just when the two guitarists start to harmonize their fucking solos and maybe kind of like deviate from each other and then kind of come back and shit. That's the stuff that I live for when it comes to like power metal and speed metal, dude. Just the saily, just epic style riffs, the fantasy type fucking feeling that you get from it, not only just I guess from the vocals and the lyrics themselves, but just like the epic scale of the shit, making you feel like you're flying through space on a fucking unicorn with rockets on it and shit. Yeah, man, the straight up speed, the sweeping, the scales and shit, dude, it's just absolutely fantastic. Every single time fucking throws me back to when I started getting into a lot of this type of shit. Yeah, it was Dragon Force. Fucking sue me. I was a fan of them. They fucking was it Guitar Hero or something like that. They had their song Fire in the Flames come out on there. I know a lot of people fucking hate that band. Whatever. I actually don't really listen to them much anymore. Not an excuse. I was a fan, and I just started listening to more and more of them. Yeah, there were like a lot more that were a little more underground, that weren't exactly at the forefront of the scene, that I didn't listen to, but whatever. This shit just it's such a throwback for me, and just gives me so many good vibes and brings back a lot of fucking memories after hearing a fucking solid like speed metal or power metal track, dude. Just it's good shit, and it's good quality Canadian shit too. So yeah, clearly I thought this was fantastic. What did you think about it? Are you a fucking power and speed metal fan? Do you know of any speed metal bands that maybe do it a little bit different outside of the cookie cutter? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, there will be a link in the description for this video, so you can go ahead and watch it for yourself, full screen, full audio, and get the full experience. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.